Stephen Foster Day, and I'm live. All right, so let's go post this on the website. Get all my microphones and stuff moved around here where I can actually be heard. I'll make this little break your speakers at home. All right, that's what we got. This is what we're going with. Least amount of forehead possible. It's a massive forehead. I got to go post a link today. What's the link? Copy, click, edit, patience, scroll. There. Click. Command B, Shift, highlight, link, enter, edit, settings, open a new window, update, update. And that's something. It takes that many clicks to do that simple thing. Everybody wandering in will let me know if the sound is good. We are wrapping up our Stephen Foster week. There's a part of me that says, thank goodness. No, it's it is what it is. Pretty decent tunes, and there's a couple of dumb tunes, and I did not get to everything that I was going to get to this week, so I put it on the to do in the future list. I gotta put that little dot there. I'll have everybody tell me what other things I have forgotten to finish. And let's see. I sure hope I did that. Let's see. Hey, Jerry, got my banjo. Jerry is a passionate Banjo-Laylee fan, and we don't know why. Hey, Lynn, welcome in. Lynn and I are hanging out today. We have too much music for one day. We're going to have to crank our way through it today. We'll see how much we get to. Doesn't matter how much we get to, just as long as we're getting to some. Arpeggio and the arpeggio and B flat. Oh, good. I don't think I have that one posted here. Hold on a minute. B flat. I forgot we're doing B flat. I haven't even looked at it. Arpeggiator, jumping flea arpeggiator. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Where are you? A minor is where I have it sit. Let's go to B flat. That should be right after F. No, it should be right after E minor. B flat. There it is. Okay. Oh yeah, it's all one note at a time for the most part. Oh, look at all this. Oh, and the double P. All right, now I remember. Yeah, it's a good one. Let's see what other delightful tunes I have here. Make a better bar. Why isn't that up? It's weird. Here, make a better bar. I should just memorize everything and then I don't have to look it up. All right, let's see. Oh, everybody's showing up. That's exciting. What time is it? 1:03. So today, everybody, we are going to stay focused in. I'd like to get through the Stephen Foster stuff first, and then if we have time to sneak in Blue Hawaii, Sweet Leilani, and Ukulele Lady, we will do it. But I think I'd like to get through this. I'd like to be over the Stephen Foster stuff. How about that? Does that sound fair? Let's see. Oh, Gary wandered in. Gary and Diane are here. Hi from rainy Pacific Northwest. That's we want rain up there because what they've been doing up in the Pacific Northwest is lighting everything on fire and sending the smoke down here to me and making me sad. And so we want rain. We want to hear nothing else from the Pacific Northwest other than, God, it rains a lot here. That's what we want. It's delightful, Gary. Glad to hear that. Let's see. LGN. In from the wind. Oh, it's windy up in British Columbia. Oh. Okay, glad you're here. There's never too much. Terry. There's too much music. Lanny is in from the Aloha Man from Hawaii. Evelyn is back. She's in from Ecuador. Vic is in from Eugene. She's been having to deal with the fires more than anybody, I think. Kat's in. Kat, we keep throwing hurricanes at Kat, so she's been fine. Manette is up in Chicago this week, and normally she's over here in that town up there, Glenwood Springs. Marianne, beautiful Friday in Michigan. Michigan. Is every Friday beautiful in Michigan? Probably, huh? I'm trying to think. Have I been to Michigan at all? Chicago, Illinois is the closest I've got. I think that's one of the states I haven't been to. That's disappointing. Let's see. More Banjo-Laylee and more cowbell. That's the two that, right? They're exactly the same instrument for the most part. They both have the same level of subtlety and grace. The cowbell and the Banjo-Laylee. Linda is in and she is ready for our concert today. That's exciting. Fran is in from SoCal. Banjo Lynn is NoCal and Fran is SoCal. So, yeah, California rolling through here. Pauline is also from California. Hard Times Come No More is going on. Yeah, it's funny. Hard Times Come No More, I didn't know it at all. And so I started working on it and I'm like, I don't think I like this song. But the more I spent time with it, the more I liked it. Red is in from Hollywood. What? Oh, my kid is in from Hollywood. Oh, that's right. Red has this fancy Hollywood producer as her child, and so basically, what we do is whatever we're supposed to do, we're probably doing it wrong. So Red has already probably debriefed him, like, listen, this guy, whatever, we were putting up with him. He doesn't know what he's doing, but here we go. So her fancy Hollywood producer is so all of you guys make sense, right? Don't say anything in chat box that you wouldn't want Hollywood to know about. And Darwin or Darren, how do we pronounce that, Christine? I'm going to pronounce it Darwin. It looks like Darwin. Carol is in. She's here from up the hill over here. Christine, Bozeman, Montana. Excited to have you back. Marianne, they're starting to look colorful in Michigan. Yeah, it's funny. We have our leaves turn here in Colorado. We have aspen trees, and so everybody drives up the mountains. Big deal, right? And then we see pictures from back east of what your fall looks like, and it's not at all. There's oranges and purples and miles of all these colors. It's not quite the same here in Colorado at all by a long shot, but it is what we got, So right now everybody's rushing up to the mountains on the weekend to go look at the leaves changing, and you're like, yeah, not really. Patty's in, Sandy's in. Valerie, been hanging out with mom since her surgery Tuesday. Brother took custody of her this weekend, so I'm back. Custody. Yeah, right. Well, most of you, not all of you, according to my YouTube backlog channel data information thingamabopper, 100% of you are 65 or older, and 88% of you are female. So that's what the YouTube thinks. For the people who log in, that's what YouTube thinks, and they're wrong, of course. But what are you gonna do? You can't tell YouTube they're wrong. They're connected to Google, and Google will erase you, and so you just believe with whatever they say. But in any event, lots and lots of you know what Valerie's dealing with up there, taking care of her mom and, going through medical stuff. And so thank you guys all for doing that. I went through it. It's very, very challenging. And you don't know as a kid, one day you're just going along and all of a sudden you have to be in charge of your parents. And it's not, there should be a class like, I don't know, maybe in college somewhere. They're like, okay, here's what's really going to happen. You know how you think you're going to be a writer and you're going to live in Greece and you're going to have a manual typewriter, and you're going to mail in your manuscripts to America, and they're going to publish them, and people will study you. And this was my 11th grade plan: live in Greece with a manual typewriter on a beach, of course, and on an island, and type novels, and then I would mail them to the United States, and they would be published here. And I would be famous. That was my plan. That was the plan. Honest to God. All right, here I am. Didn't work out quite the way I thought. Caleb is in. Caleb's a great musician, one of my buddies. Let's see. Amy is in. You missed Banjo-Laylee Day yesterday. You did not miss Banjo-Laylee Day yesterday because I forgot to bring my Banjo-Laylee in. Today, you're getting it. Okay, Caleb is back. Carol. Oh yeah, okay. Carol says Carol's in Nathrop, just a little toward the south side. She says we still got another week to go before the leaves are really doing their thing. I drove up not the Miracle Mile, the Peak to Peak Highway last weekend, and they were pretty good on there. So that'll give you some sense. Linda's in. Let's get going. Make a better bar. Make a better bar. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, going down, and then 4, 3, 2, coming back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 12, 11, 5. I forgot the zeros. That was the worst Make It Better bar I've ever done. How about that? There you go. The worst. You just experienced the number one worst one. I do recommend you warm up every day with that. We got to get your left hand strong. This muscle right here, the one that runs your thumb, there's 3 of them actually here. We got to get all those tough as all get out, right? And the fastest and most effective way to do that is run that bar up and down there. It has the delightful effect of clearing up your mess when it comes to making a better bar, or when it comes to all bar chords. All right, let's go grab that arpeggio. It's the B flat arpeggio this week. And one of the things that we start off in ukulele is you say, all right, here's your B flat. Okay. And here's what yours comes out sound like. Right. And you're like, oh, I have to quit. I have to quit. I have to take up bagpipes instead. No, your B flat is whatever it is. Everybody struggles with it. It's perfectly. If you don't struggle with it, then you're just not doing it enough, because it will be a problem. And so what we want to do is use the B flat arpeggio to just kind of get where, yep, it is part of the thing. Over on Monday night, Amy, who is with us today, she says, I hate E flat. E flat's eating my lunch. Well, we have some E flats in this piece that'll help her come to terms with her anger and hatred toward E flat. F7 is in this one. G minor. Remember, F7 and G minor have the same shape. They're just on different strings. And you got a C minor, one of my faves. That's a good chord on ukulele. And I think that might be everything in the whole song. Yep. Other thing, when we get to the last 2 measures 31 and 32, it says double P. I mean that when I don't write stuff on there very often in terms of that. I rarely put dynamics into ukulele music because, frankly, we're hard enough to hear as it is. But this one, when you get there, I want to hear. Right? You should barely be able to hear it. That's what double P means. We have a repeat that starts at measure 8. Measure 8. It's going to go between there and 24 to 5 to 6 to 7, measure 27. 27, that's weird. All right, we're in 6/8. So we'll count in 6 and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Measure 12. Oh, that's not. And the first two exercises, I hope, are not harbingers of things to come with my ukulele playing today. All right. That piece, there's not really, it doesn't let up, right? It turns out you are going to be playing E flat as instrumentalists. As if you're just singing and strumming, the chances of you playing some of these chords are minimal. But when you become an instrumentalist, you're going to be playing all these chords on a regular basis. E flat, F7, G minor comes up a lot. C minor comes up a lot. I missed the D minor down there at 18. So all those chords are going to come up. So if you're fighting this piece, spend a little bit more time on it. It really, you saw me fighting it. I should have warmed up a little better than I did. It's really, it's surprisingly a beautiful piece for the depth of tone. I think B flat, oddly, is one of those really nice keys on a ukulele, and we tend to avoid it because there's B flats in it. It's the main chord, and we just have this dumb tendency to not play in it very often. But it's really beautiful set of chords that go with that key. All right. It's Stephen Foster Day. People, get out. Start with your ukulele. If you got your Banjo-Laylee, you can do it, right? But don't. Not yet. Beautiful Dreamer should probably not be played with a Banjo-Laylee. It should probably be played with your best ukulele. And now let's see if we can turn it into something really beautiful. Remember, you got 10s and 9s in this? So it's a little bit all over the fretboard. You want to be mindful to be thinking about your 10s that are going to come in and get you. And we'll see how I do with those. I don't know if there's anything else particularly challenging about it other than that. We have a repeat at measure 56. It's going to send us all the way back up to measure 12. Okay, so basically we're playing it mostly twice. And let's see, got a ton of people who wandered in here at the last minute. Let's see, where did I leave off? Linda was here, Valerie. Oh, she forgot to restring her Banjo-Laylee. Banjo-Laylee with new strings and a Banjo-Laylee with old strings sounds exactly the same. Do you have arpeggios for low G? No, because it's all the same. It's all the same. The only thing that changes is instead of the G, when you hit a fourth string, whatever it is, it's just an octave lower on the standard notation. The low G stuff doesn't sound as good as the high G stuff. Sorry, low G players. This was written for high G. It's meant for high G. It sounds the best with high G, but you can absolutely play it exactly with a low G. If you do play it with a low G, that bing goes away, which often I took advantage of that a lot when I was writing the arpeggios. That sound is lovely. It's just an octave lower. So the only thing, anytime you play something on the fourth string in the standard notation, it's just an octave lower. That's the only difference. So if you are playing off of standard notation, it probably is going to be a bit of a mess for you on a low G. But if you're playing off of tablature, it's the same exact piece of music. And so I've had lots and lots of private students who play it with low G, and it's fine. It doesn't sound, to me, it doesn't sound quite as good. But that's because I'm the composer and I wrote it perfectly with no mistakes, 100% awesome the first time, right? Beautiful Dreamer, in D, fancy D at the beginning. Okay. Count in 3 is supposed to be at 72, which means play it slow, peeps. Some of you, when we get to the singing part of it, you may want to, beautiful dreamers, wake unto me. You might want to sing. If you are still just getting your melody playing together, perfectly fine. I'm going to play the tough act or tough uke. We'll see what happens. Okay. Sometimes it's going well, sometimes not. So far today, I'm a little concerned about my skill set. Here we go. From the top. 1, 2, 3. we go. That's it. That's close enough. By the way, those of you who are playing that on your banjo, that is wrong. That is actually a really pretty little piece. It's I made too many mistakes, but I did have this sense that that nice ukulele sound, blink, 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 probably is the correct way to do it. Those of you with your banjos were wank, 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 and that's probably not what that's probably not what the song is supposed to go like. So that would be my suggestion. That one was probably not set up for Banjo-Laylee very well. Let's go play Genie with the light brown hair. Genie with the light brown hair, please. Genie with light brown hair. All right. By the way, Genie is not around anymore in this song, so play it sad. We want to do measure. You're supposed to play it 3 times. That's a lot. So let's play it twice through. Go down to 21, and then come back and play from 5. Okay. So just remember, you're going to go to 5, not to 1. So 21 back to 5, and then we'll play through to the end. Twice through is plenty on this one. We know the end result is that he's sad that Genie's not around anymore, and I don't think we ever learned officially why she's gone. I don't think that she's dead, but I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not convinced she was that great in the first place. Let's play from measure 0, and let's go. Anybody say anything crazy I need to see? Jerry. I'll admit I used my uke for that one. Even Jerry knows you should probably use your ukulele on that one. If it says Stephen Foster, a lot of people just automatically put a banjo on it because they feel like that's the correct thing to do because he wrote the song "Oh Susanna," but it's not necessarily that. These couple of songs are really actually legit, really nice tunes that he we pat him on the back for this. The rest of the stuff he did, but these 2 are really nice. All right, let's play from the top. One, it's a 3-beat count in. Get ready for your F. 1, 2, 3. Top. Sorry, guys, I'm on the wrong page. Go. went to measure 1. Start at measure 5, please. Measure 5. Ah, Gary, what an idiot. 1, I'll count in 3. You start at measure 5. 1, 2, Minette. Okay, me and Minette, we started at measure 1. You all were at measure 5. You're like, wait, what is he playing? After I said, goodness sakes, this is a rough day for old Gary here. Gary and Minette are messing it up. From measure 5, please. A 3-beat count in, hit a 5, and then let's go. 1, 2, 3. Second ending. There. Getting to the library now. Beautiful song. Don't play it the way Gary plays it. Play it the way you play it. Don't play it the way Gary and Minette are playing it. We're just doing our own thing. You guys are killing it. All right. Next up, Hard Times Come No More. Banjo-Laylee players, this is probably one of those moments when you can go ahead and pull the thing out. I'm holding off to Oh Susanna, but I think Hard Times Come No More is definitely feels like a song that would be okay with a banjo. I put it off as long as I can. Let's talk about Minette. Let's talk about repeats. We're going to play down through measure 20, and then and we're going to come back and play for measure 5 after that. I'm going to put a little star right there, meaning come back to 5, not 1. And then we'll play back down through. Supposed to play it 4 times through. It's a lot. It's too many. So we'll just play it through twice. When you come through the second time, remember skip measure 20, and then we play 21 through the end. I tried to keep it onto 2 pages, but it just didn't work. So do the best you can with the page turn, and we'll see what we can do. Okay. From the top, remember, come back to 5. I actually went back. Oh. Minette, Lynn, and Gary, where they go back to the wrong spot and crew. All right, some of you others are also did it too. Don't lie to me. I know. Hard Times Come Again No More is one of these songs that grows on you the more you listen to it. 1, 2, and it's not fast, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. like we've all, not everybody, but a lot of when you first tackle that song, you're like, I don't know. But the more you work it, it just starts to grow on you. It's really, really a fascinating little piece of music. I think when you measure 15 there, makes no sense in the middle of that. Hard times, come again no more. It's just funny. It just shows up there. And every time I'm playing that, I'm like, this doesn't seem right. But it is. And it's really fascinating that he does that. We're in the middle of the song. And so the 4 verses does feel like an awful lot, don't you think? But I do think 2 or 3 times is plenty. And it just, I don't know, it just sort of works. It has a real interesting way about it. A lovely song. Arlo's version is great, and also found an old one by John Denver. John Denver did it, right? Every famous person has done this song, so you should be doing it too. You're going to be super famous. Red Sun is here. He's from Hollywood. He might be attracting. He might be recruiting you here shortly because you're that good. All right, now. Now, Camptown Races, as we have discussed, is a very troubled song. So let's play it, and then let's go on to the even more troubled song in Oh, Susanna, and then we'll be done with Stephen Foster for a while. Camptown Races, please. Let's see, LG. I played the melody, and so and to make sure I didn't come in. Yay! Guys, right? I've talked about it. I talk about it till I'm blue in the face. But really, on those long notes, you have to count them. You have to count them, or you will come in early. And it's just something that we do. And so if you count, then you won't come in early. The other thing to know is when I'm playing Tough Fugue, sometimes I end up adjusting the tempo because I'm running out of fingers or whatever. So not necessarily the best example of playing in perfect timing when you're playing with me, but you are playing with me, right? Which means that since I'm the soloist and you have to set your tempo with me, that you are in that position of having to listen to me and make sure that I am whatever speed you're playing at is the same as my speed. You'll see that when you go to a symphony and there's a singer of some sort up, and they come and they stand next to the conductor, and usually they're basically right here with the conductor, and they start the song. The conductor is continuously looking at the singer to see, are we doing good? Everything cool? Are the timing right? Because the orchestra has set up, they have been trained to play exactly in time no matter what, because they always play together as this huge group. So they are very good at timing, and the conductor sets the timing. But when you have a soloist, the soloist plays a major role in what the tempo is going to feel like and look like. And you'll see that also with piano players, or checking with the piano player constantly. You'll just see him just kind of checking back and making sure that everything, and of course he or she is using their ears to listen to that, whatever's going on with their soloist, so that they can make any necessary tempo alterations with the orchestra. You're in that same situation. I'm stuck as a soloist because I can't hear you, but at least you can hear me, and then you are making your adjustments with whatever style you're playing to fit me. And so that puts you in this role of being conductor and in being the harmony or the melody or whatever else you're playing along with it. So it's really a fascinating high level musical experience that you're going through at your house that I don't necessarily have here. All I know is I'm trying to play it as good as I can and trying to keep the tempo relatively steady. I do know I have a tendency to speed up during the easy parts and slow down during the hard parts, which is not what you're supposed to do. But I think all musicians have that tendency just a tiny bit. So there's all of that going on as well. Jennifer says, how do you make your fingers strong for a 777, right? This one? Right, that's the one that shows up right there in the middle. Boy, Jennifer, I really do believe in that bar chord worksheet that we start with each Friday. You know, just this. Right, because if your hand is strong enough, okay, and I don't think you can see this really. I don't think I can get the lighting right, but I actually have what amounts to a pretty legitimate muscle right here. It sticks up. There's this little knob of muscle there, and that's from years and years and years of bar chording. And if it's like, oh gosh, I'm just not going to be successful. If it's a 777, you can also take your middle finger and smash down on top of it and do this kind of thing. Either push it down or smash it down, and you get a little more oomph against the fretboard, and hopefully then that makes it come out a little bit cleaner. But yeah, I do think in terms of just an exercise where we continue to grow our hand strength, just that plain old better bar worksheet is going to do just about as good as anything I could give you in terms of building the strength for when you see 7 7 7 7. Oh, I hate that, but you've already done your bell to better bar 1,000 times, and it's there. I think on that piece, when we got to I think was it in Genie, the 9999. I find that one pretty challenging because you've got to play this 10, a 9, and then immediately go into this full 9, and I found that to be somewhat challenging. All right, Camptown Races, supposed to be at 140. Let's play a lot way less fast than that. Dun 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 dum dum dum. Da 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 dun 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 dum da dum dum dum. Okay, that's it. That's the rest. 2 times through, that'll be plenty. Banjo players, knock yourselves out. This is one of those tunes that works. And I think because of the silliness behind the story, the guy goes down, puts down his money, bets on the bobtail nag, and wants everybody else betting on the bay so that he can get their money. And then all chaos breaks loose. Crazy a race. Nothing goes right the way it's supposed to. At the end, the bobtail nag rolls across the end, and he gets a pocket full of tin. So I think being a little bit silly with your strum pattern, maybe like we've talked about with the La Cucaracha, just letting up your chording hand to get a little bit of a staccato in there, or funnier, slow us down to turn it into a ballad. Right, that's funny. I think it's funny, and I'm in charge of humor around here, so therefore it is funny. Okay, that Jennifer's like, yeah, that's what we're doing. Somewhere in between those two. I'm going to count in 4, and then you got to go right away because it's an 8th note pickup. Here we go. And it's the Camptown Ladies. Get your G chord on with your pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's a good banjo song, right? That's a fun one. the imagery behind that song is hilarious. You think about this guy going out, his hat caved in, right? That's one of the verses in here. He's kind of this ratty little dude walking down with his money, turns it into the horse racing the window, and he wants everybody else betting on the other horses so that when he wins, he gets their money. And then, of course, the horses are falling into mud on the track. It's so deep you can't get the horse out of the mud. Um, and the weird one is that they flew down the track and they both cut across, meaning that they're running into one another. There's an old cow mule that was on the track, and somebody had to throw him over the back. They are racing fast. They go around 2 times, and then he wins his money on the bobtail nag. And then he keeps his money in a tote bag as he's walking out of the place. So the imagery on it is very funny. So that's what it's meant to be. A lot of the Stephen Foster songs he wrote specifically to go into minstrel shows, which of course are very problematic that we think about these days. But the comedy behind that song is pretty readily available or obvious. All right, here we go. Oh, Susanna, there's the one. There's a whole reason for being here in the first place, right? Oh, Susanna, we're gonna put a banjo on our leg or on our knee, and we're gonna go down to wherever he goes down to, somewhere in Louisiana, I think, right? Where is it? Oh, Susanna, here we are. Let's talk Banjo-Laylee. It's time for us to quit. We didn't get to any of the Hawaiian stuff. Sorry. Stradivarius of Banjo-Laylees, and not Banjo-Lins. Stradivarius. This is the best one they made. About $650, something like that. I bring it out every class that I teach an intro here in town. I bring it out to play 5'2", and then I put it back in, and I don't touch it again until the next intro class. The cheaper the Banjo-Laylee, the more like kind of sound comes out of it, and that's what people love about it. So just so you know, those of us who are ukulele players are like, I don't know about that, but banjo players just adore this, and it's a little bit in your face. It's a little bit fun. So we're gonna play this 3 times. I know I'm gonna keep you over here. Let's give it a shot and see how we do. Pick any way to play it you want to, but honestly, the correct way is. Well, I come from I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. That's the correct way to play it. We're gonna play it the good way. Okay, we're gonna play it the we're serious musicians way. From the top. It's called a gold tone. And honestly, when I knew that I was going to be dealing with Banjo-Laylee. I didn't want to buy one. I'd played a couple of the old ones. There's lots and lots of them left over from the 20s and 30s that I get into the shop all of the time that need repairs and so on. They don't break, they don't die, they just stay around forever. And so there's a lot of those old Banjo-Laylees from the olden times still wandering around. You can get one a lot of times you can go to, antique stores and stuff, and they'll have one. But they're pretty solidly built. They don't break like ukuleles break, and so they're around forever. This one's called the Gold Tone. Got it off of Amazon. By far the hardest part of this one was finding a case that it fit in, and it's still to this day a huge problem. I have this very nice case for this, and I would rather lose this than the case, to be honest. I did string this up with a low G string instead of a high G string. And I'm just trying to mellow it out a tiny bit. I do have fluorocarbon strings on here, but the next time I change them out, I'm going to put the white Nylagut strings on here. These have a little bit too much subtlety for a banjo, and you really want banjo to be kind of in your face. All right, I think twice through. I was going to do all 3 times through, but I realize I'm really late today. So let's just play it twice through, and let's see how we do. Okay. Anytime on a banjo you got an opportunity to put in some kind of an arpeggio pattern, do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other thing about these is it weighs 10,000 pounds, and so you probably for sure want to have a strap on it. I don't, again, not advertising it, not suggesting it, but it is a fun thing to add into your arsenal. If you're like, well, I know how to play ukulele, but I want to make people annoyed. This is one of those things. And we have a group in our orchestra that's about 10 of them that are really serious about doing a Banjo-Laylee piece as often as possible. And it's just one more voicing, one more thing you can do with the same skill set that we deliver, right? So you've got your ukulele world together. It's making sense. You can sing, you can strum, you can do all this stuff. And then once you get there, then you're like, well, I could add in Banjo-Laylee. Oh, I could also add in baritone. Oh, now I can play guitar. Oh, I can play all the other fretted instruments with the same basic idea. And so hopefully that doesn't, I make fun of Banjo-Laylee because I think that it's fun to watch people who love Banjo-Laylee freak out. But it's actually a really one more voicing and one more thing you can do that's kind of fun. So that's that. Are the Banjo-Laylee strings the same as the uke strings? Yes. Yes, they are. Everything's the same about it. I have mine strung up with a low G on my Banjo-Laylee. Most Banjo-Laylees are high G. And like I say, I do suggest on Banjo-Laylees only you use the white strings. Everything else should be fluorocarbon on real ukuleles. So that's what I know, guys. I hope you had a wonderful week. It's been kind of a nutty place. I can already tell I'm going to run into time problems this weekend with some of the other stuff I've got going on in life. And so just to let you know, whatever I post online is what I post online. I'm not at all sure I'm going to be able to get to what I think I can get to. No, I know this. I know I cannot get to what I want to get to next week. So I'm probably going to patch together some sort of, I'll find something to keep us delightfully employed next week. And the intro and the baritone class and all those in the guitar class, those are all handled. Even harmonica, I got to add a little bit, but for you guys, I got problems. I got a lot of stuff I want to get to you, but I just don't think I'll have enough time to get to everything this weekend. And so I may patch together a few thises and that's, and maybe a few things we've already done in the past or whatever. And I do want to give you a second shot at all that Hawaiian music as well. So we'll probably filter in some of that. So we may have a potpourri of hodgepodge next week, and just to let you know. In any event, you'll keep playing ukulele. You know who you're dealing with here, and I know who you are, right? And so we're all going to just get along great, and we're going to keep this up until one of us ends up in Hollywood. Okay, so that's that. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Do good. Be safe. Seriously, be safe. It's a jungle out there. Don't go to the University of Colorado at Boulder. That's one of the things I know right now. Is Melissa in here today? It's brutal up there. Practice. What is the other one? Show up. Keep showing up here. It's going to be good for you. Subscribe, like, and then I added one more, but I can't remember what the other one was. So there we go. Have a great day, you guys. Where did we leave off? Let's see. Jerry, what is that? I don't even know. Is that a soccer ball? I don't know what that is. And thanks for everything, Gary. Have a good weekend. You bet, Manette. We'll see you soon. Jennifer, you're welcome, Jennifer. Pauline. Yeah, it's always fun. Fridays are fun. I love getting what we can, right? Have a good weekend, Evelyn. Lanny, Mahalo. Have a great weekend to you, bud. Jennifer, you mean to fix the bathroom? Ugh, no, I'm not even going to get to the bathroom. I'm not even going to open the door to it. I wish that would. No, it's a mess. We're flexible. Darwin says you're very entertaining. I'm a wreck that's got a video camera in front of it. That's what I am. Jennifer, it won't be me. No, you know what Holly would be like? I don't know. Let's go with Cardi B instead. Kat, good to see you. Have a great weekend. Terry, good to see you, bud. Fran, thanks for the fun. By the way, I knew who Cardi B was because of the Pepsi commercial. So the other day on my Twitter feed, somebody says, "Oh, Cardi B has this new thing out," and honest to God, it was. I don't go to YouTube and type in Cardi B. Oh my God, I think I had a second puberty going through this thing. It is so raunchy, it's unbelievable. So it'll probably be a while before we do any Cardi B on ukulele, but I don't know. I haven't studied her melodies at all. I do know that overall, it's a shocking thing that's going on in our society, which I kind of like that, a little bit of shock. So enough of me, enough of you, enough of this. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you soon.